Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. I've got behind me Rue, the Wonder Rooster, and we are going to have a a very special evening here tonight. Actually, it's just literally started sleeting in northern New Jersey as I'm speaking to you this moment. This is going to be an evening filled with hope, filled with love, filled with renewed faith, also filled with some tears, some wonder and joy. And we are going to go on a roller coaster of hope and love and faith together. We'll also be doing a very powerful healing meditation at the end. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that as well. And I'm really going to share from the heart tonight because my wife, Jessica, who's sleeping in the other room right now, and myself, um, have been on whew, one heck of a journey over the last, wow, I guess it's about 10 days so far. And I want to share from the heart. Now, I share at a really deep level at our class every Wednesday evening, or 4 Wednesdays a month, our School of Mystics. And feel free to join that. It's very powerful class for helping you to live on both sides of the veil. Normally, I leave this level of detail just to class, but this is so important. I felt I owed it to you to really go into some amount of detail. I'm bringing the microphone close because it's really sleeting outside, and I want to make sure that you are able to hear me. I want to say heal me. So, with that said, where do we begin is the question. And I'm going to pull my notes back up just kind of to help guide me through this. So, first off, Joanne Ballman, thank you so much for your kind donation. Thank you for your kind donation, Joanne. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? All right. With that said, I'm just going to speak from the heart. And if you're going, why are you sharing so much of your story? I'm sharing so much of my story because this isn't an easy story. Um, and this isn't a made for TV story, meaning none of this was done except for the universe guiding us through a very challenging time. But I know that some good can come of it. And I know that sharing it, some good can come of it for you. And it's really interesting because spirituality is a paradox. If you get maybe one thing from tonight, other than really going to the angels and how much they're surrounding us with love and goodness, it is that spirituality is not easy. It requires us to hold um, polar opposites and both hands at the same time and understand that this is life. And so on one level, there's a part of me that's quite, man, happy is almost a stretch. Universe has told me why I get to celebrate at this time. And so at one moment I go to celebration, at the next moment I feel that's not right. And these two things get balanced back and forth as I try to navigate my way um, through this river. And that's what I'm hoping you gain out of this tonight as well, that you can feel diametrically opposed, big words for opposing, opposing opinions in both hands or in both sides of your heart at the same time. So, love, faith, and miracles. Love, faith, hope, and miracles. It's all a blur. It's not been 10 days. It's been 5 days. Well, if we go back a little bit further. So I'm sure you caught one of our shows in the past, unless this is your first time here, in which case, welcome. In which we talked about how we've had 3 miscarriages in the past. And we have twin baby girls on board in Jessica, my wife, Jessica. And how we called them in, how we had names for them before before we were pregnant, before we conceived, and how exciting and magical this journey has been. Well, I remember being nervous after our 8-week ultrasound for our 12-week ultrasound because we'd had 3 miscarriages in each in the first trimester. So we got a 10-week ultrasound instead of a 12-week, and that turned out great. And then before the 12-week ultrasound, I started hearing that even though you want to move to Florida. Later on, it was maybe we want to move to Vermont for wherever we can have the most natural childbirth, surrounded by people that love and support us for a more organic way of doing things. All ways are great, but that's just our opinion is more natural if possible. I heard that to wait, and that it may not be the 12-week, it may be the 16-week ultrasound before things become very clear to us. Only after that can we consider moving. And I remember only, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago on the show here talking about we're looking for a place in Vermont. If anybody knows, because we can rent, we can buy, but we don't know if we want to be in this place for life or just till we raise or give birth to our girls. And so we talked about this just 2-3 weeks ago. And then 2 weeks ago, we had our 16-week ultrasound. A week before that, I was thinking, I want the ultrasound now. I really want the ultrasound now. But I kind of let it go, going, maybe you're just paranoid because you haven't made it past the 12-week mark and you're past that. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to disappear. Or no one's going to disappear. And so I waited out till the 16-week ultrasound. And the day before the ultrasound, I'm freaked out. Now, I am normally very calm, very peaceful. Although sometimes I can be like a chipper monkey or chipper squirrel on crack, admittedly, but usually quite calm about these things and grounded. And the day before, I was scared. And I told Jessica, I'm scared. I'm not sure why. And I'm like, maybe it's just because of the miscarriages we've had before. We drove there that morning. This is about 2 weeks ago now, to get the ultrasound. And I'm telling her, I am really freaked out. Now, historically, if there's a big show coming up and I have this amount of energy, there is a reason for it. We get to the ultrasound, we go in, we start the scan, and there are the 2 baby girls. Woo-hoo! And we're doing the scan, and it looks like we have names for them. Baby Hana is doing flip, 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 flip flop, flip flop, flip flop, cartwheel, jump, cartwheel, cartwheel, cartwheel. And it looks like baby Miraku, which stands for miracle, isn't moving so much. Jessica thinks she's in a much smaller little bubble than baby Hana. And I keep trying to lead the technician to give us good positive news. And I'm like, wow, they're both being really active, aren't they? And she says a little bit, but then she goes away and gets the doctor in there. Oh, wait, no, I'm getting it wrong. She goes away and comes back and says we'd have to wait to meet with the doctor. We go to meet with the doctor. Doctor brings us into kind of like a principal's office and tells us that all is not well with our girls. That one is in a much bigger sack, one is in a much smaller sack, and there could be some challenges going on. It also looks like one girl is much bigger than the other girl, and they're identical twins. So she sets us up to go meet with the perinatologist, with the specialist. At this point, because this is a show on spirituality, we're going to the angels and going to the guides, and I am saying prayers to the angels. I'm saying prayers to our guardian angels. I'm saying all the kind of prayers that I can. And I actually start doing healing work, putting my hand on Jessica's belly each day, maybe even a few times of the day. I don't pretend to know everything, not even a little bit, about hands-on healing, but I know I've been able to do it a little bit before. And so I'm going to the angels, going to the guides, giving thanks every way I can, putting my hand on her belly. And we get sent to the perinatologist, and we see them a few days later. Same thing, try to lead the witness with the ultrasound technician. Ultrasound technician calls in the doctor who wants to take a look herself. And then she also says, and during this time, we had done a lot of prayer work, and we had called some healing experts, so we had hoped to see some positive news. And she said, all is not well with the girls. and said, we need to get you in Children's Hospital of Philadelphia for Wednesday. That was this past Wednesday. And I try to see if we can accelerate things, get in sooner, and best we could do is get an emergency, one more ultrasound with a perinatologist on Monday to make sure it was an emergency, and we get in on Wednesday. We did that on Monday. Over that weekend, though, we did lots of prayer, lots of going to the angels, and really was doing the best we could to offload the worry and fear to the angels. Meaning, certainly there's a huge element of fear involved, but how much can we not take the burden on ourselves? You take this. We did every technique under the sun, thanking the angels, praying to the angels. I was down on my knees for the angels. I went to, and when I say angels, I'm talking God, source, universe, whatever we want to call it, giant cheeseburger in the sky. I probably used every term except for giant cheeseburger in the sky. And had met with a few medium friends of ours and spoke with some healers like Dr. Bradley Nelson and his wife several times to help us with healing work on both of the girls. Before we finally got in this past Wednesday to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And we were up at 2 o'clock in the morning, left at between 4 and 4:30 to get there, about a 2-hour drive. We get there. I had been muscle testing the day before and gotten something strange that we needed surgery. And we'd done our research. We understood that there was this thing called twin-to-twin syndrome, where they're in one amniotic sac and two, oh my gosh, this shows where my mind has just gone tonight. Two placentas, one placenta, two amniotic sacs. And that for some reason, the blood flow is such that one amniotic sac is getting much bigger than the other. And then there's something called SIUGR, selective intrauterine growth restriction, where one baby is getting more nutrient and blood than the other. And we knew that there could be some surgical intervention, and it could happen rather quickly. So we get down to the hospital this past Wednesday, and we have the initial ultrasound, and you see baby Hana, and she's, again, most active. How many ultrasounds have I seen? Most active person on ultrasound that I've ever heard of. Flip, 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 flip. Stop and pause. Flip, 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 flip. And the ultrasound technician is like, oh my God, is she moving? And a doctor a few days before had said, hopefully she won't burn out that she's doing so much movement. Then we saw Hana, baby Miraku, and she was moving very, very little. She was laying so still, and you could see look like a little cloth over her, which was supposed to be the outer membrane of her amniotic sac. And the technician kept running out, going to talk with a doc or somebody, and then coming back in. It almost felt like you're in an interrogation. There's a mirrored glass, and the interrogator is going out to speak with the people behind the mirrored glass, and then she would come back. And then you hear me stutter. I'm going to the angels at those times, or saying, help me get grounded again. The first doc came in who said, Jessica, did you eat anything last night? Have you been nothing by mouth after midnight? And I had thought of such a thing, but hadn't suggested it. And she hadn't had much, but she had a snack just a little bit before on the ultrasound table, a little less than half a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And she said, we're probably going to need to operate. And I had a feeling that was coming. And then I said something positive to her. about, how great positive outcomes can come from this. And she said, not always. I wish that were the case. During this time, what I had been doing, I had my hand on Jessica's belly during the ultrasound and was kept on cycling through prayers, kept on going to the angels, and kept on bringing it home to nothingness. Meaning, I had a feeling a very big decision was going to have to be made quickly. And I didn't want to have to rush it. It's a world where our minds are lost with too many thoughts, and the thoughts aren't our own. We're taught to be afraid of an election, of a COVID, of a country, of a weapon, of a people, of a meteor, or or in anything. We're taught to be afraid, and what this does is it takes us away from our essence. It takes us away from our ability to tap into spirit. Spirit is always talking to us. If we will take the time to go quiet and listen. To me, this past Wednesday was the most critical and important day of our lives so far. And I didn't want to miss a minute of it. Not meaning not being present, but end up making a decision out of fear rather than love, out of confusion rather than clarity, to make a decision on anything but being plugged into spirit. That's where I'm challenging you. That's where I'm being challenged. How can we make all of our greatest decisions plugged into spirit? Because when you're plugged into spirit, now you're talking love, now you're talking faith, now you're talking hope, because the decision is not yours. One of the things I prayed for on Wednesday, certainly, I prayed for my girls' healthy outcome. Oh my God. But I also prayed for complete and total lucidity or clarity. I wanted the decisions to make themselves. And I'm an automatic writing guy. I had heard in automatic writing, you don't have to worry. And my automatic writing used to be just on paper, and we teach it, automaticwriting.com, for instance, used to be just on paper, but now I hear the words of automatic writing. So that the more you do it, the easier it is for spirit to come through. I heard that the decision will make itself, which was an answer to my prayers. There would be no ambiguity in it. We go from the ultrasound to some researchers, to some other people, to things that really to us were ancillary. They're like secondary. They didn't really matter because we want to know, how are our girls? Are they going to make it? Seriously, are they going to make it? And then Jessica has a echocardiogram, like an ultrasound to look at blood flow of the girls. It was supposed to be half an hour long. This is one meeting I couldn't go in as well. It was done in a small room. And she doesn't come back for over an hour. And during that time, I alternated between prayer and pause. I tried actually on the phone going to Netflix. I made it about 30 seconds. To me, I just needed to be silent. And I went to Netflix thinking, well, maybe this will help me, calm me from my fear. That didn't do anything. Going silent helped. Going to the angels helped tremendously. Going to Hana's guardian angel, Miraku's guardian angel, Jessica's guardian angel, my guardian angel. Jessica comes back, and then they call us in. They call us into a conference room. It really felt like meeting with the principal or principals. I'd do anything. Sorry, I'm sniffling here. Yeah, pretty much anything. Anything out of love, that is. To not have heard what I heard when the doc came in. Now realize we're at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, one of the greatest institutions for prenatal and fetal delivery, prenatal health and fetal delivery in the country, if not the world. And the doc who came in was running all the studies on twin-to-twin transfusions and is perhaps the single leading doctor in the nation, if not the world, on these kind of challenges with twins. And we felt so blessed and lucky to be here. We were supposed to be in Florida. That didn't work out. We were supposed to be in New Hampshire, Vermont. That didn't work out. Universe had positioned itself exactly where we were supposed to be so that we could drive down and meet with the best possible person in the world to help save our babies. What's going on? I just want to share completely. What's going on in my mind is I'm hearing what she said, and then I'm going to Miraku and sending her love and sending her love and sending her love. And so you see me kind of go quiet, like I'm on the edge of tears. Boy, did I bawl last week. And then you see me almost half smirk as I'm trying to go to a place of love. I'm succeeding. I'm getting to a place of love. The doctor comes in and says, I cannot give you both of your babies, or I cannot give you both of your girls. I cannot give you both of your girls. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. There's some really positive messages here today, so hang in there, but I cannot give you all puppies and roses tonight. I can't give you anything even close. I can give you hope. I can't give you both of your girls. She showed us a diagram where she's drawing of placenta. And the placenta is kind of this giant sac that feeds and nourishes and takes care of your babies. And first 12 weeks, the placenta is not on board. That's usually when you have your miscarriages. That's where we had our 3 miscarriages in the past. Then the placenta comes on board and the babies don't have to do much work. And it's a lot safer for them. And you have very few miscarriages. Unless the placenta was not built to carry 2. And in identical twins, they take 1 egg and it splits into 2, which creates 1 placenta. And in this case, Hana got amazing blood flow and had a great umbilical cord and was taking it all in. And Miraku was off to the side and a tiny little sac. The sac for Hana was actually way too big, too much fluid. The sac for Miraku was very small and she was pinned and she didn't have much blood flow. So I'm very careful about my words. Thank you for bearing with me as I'm going really slow here. I'm very careful about my words because I only want to anchor in goodness. With that said, there is some quote unquote reality at play. The reality was that Miraku was dying and that Hana was badly struggling. We'll say, yeah, we'll keep it that way. What the doctor told us was that the blood flow shows that Miraku's not getting enough blood. There's no way for her to get enough blood. She had stopped growing basically a couple weeks earlier. And her blood flow to her heart was sometimes going forward, sometimes not going anywhere, sometimes going backwards, and that Hana was having to use her heart, which was becoming thick and ill. What we found out today was 3 leaky valves to try to keep Miraku alive. Miraku, on the other hand, was nourishing Hana with the nutrients that she was supposed to get. So there was this symbiotic dance where, in a sense, Miraku was hanging in there to get Hana through that first trimester and beyond. But Miraku could not continue any longer. And we were told that Miraku could die at any minute. And she wanted to schedule us for surgery for the next morning, telling us that if she passed away early, which had happened to other people, that Hana could have permanent brain damage or worse. We're told this, and we asked if we could have a little time to ourselves, because I want to always operate with the angels out of love, not out of fear. Doc goes and waits in the hall with a nurse. Jessica and I speak quietly. We knew something was going to come up fast. We didn't know it was going to be this, but we were aware there was a possibility. We came back in, and we had just one question for the doctor. And the question was, because we're miracle folk. We've seen miracles. I've experienced miracles. Jessica's experienced miracle. Having the twins, huge miracle. And this woman, amazing doctor, she'd worked in Africa for years. She was very spiritual herself. Later on, she actually quoted Rumi and quoted another spiritual person who I can't recall off the top of my head right now. The one question was, have you ever even once, doesn't have to have any explanation, even once, seen both babies make it from this situation? And her response was something to the effect of, one or both babies is going to die. She wasn't saying this. There's something called white smock syndrome, where you give all your power to a doc, or the nocebo effect, where you go dark because of something you're told. This was not the case. We could feel into this. She meant this not only with her heart of hearts, but this is someone who's very spiritual, who, if she could find a way to save them both, she would. And she was going to be the one doing surgery and did not know of any way. Surgery was required no matter what, because there's such an inequity of resources going on. But she didn't. She said, I don't have the technology yet. I don't have a procedure yet where there's any way to save both girls. There's a part of me that would love to go to regret. There's a part of me, the egoic part of me, that would love to go to guilt. Although I think I've almost kicked that to the curb. I'm not really feeling it right now, because I have so much resolve because of how quiet we went. I mean, we could see it. You could see the difference in the girls. You could see everything. It was there. Jessica is my hero. She is my hero of hero of hero of hero of heroes. How any mother can make this decision, and it was both of our decision, but come on, it's Jessica's, could make this decision. I'm not taking any power away from me. We did this as a co-creation with the universe. Could decide to let go of one baby in order to save another. On the one hand, this is the paradox of spirituality. It's almost beside me to understand. On the other hand, we felt, because we went quiet, we listened, we didn't go to a place of fear. We went to, in a sense, without those words, what is the most loving thing we can do? And the most loving thing we could do for a dying baby to save the second baby was to let Miraku go. There was still a 10 to 15% chance during the procedure that Hana would go too. But we made the decision. We went for it. I was sitting in meditation, 3:57 last Wednesday, meditating with Hana on one mat next to me, like a green meditation mat, and Miraku on another meditation mat. As I felt, it wasn't like you read in the books or something. This wasn't a shared near-death experience, but I felt Miraku lift off and seemed at total peace, actually strong. Only 20 minutes later, the doc comes back in wheeling Jessica. Celebratory in a sense, going, it only took 10 minutes because everything went so flawlessly, and Hana's doing great. That was Wednesday. We had to wait till today to go back in to see if Hana had truly made it, to see how Hana's heart is doing, and to see what the situation is with the uterus, with the placenta, with everything. And we got back in early today. This is kind of the abridged version. Angels want me to celebrate. Hana and Miraku want me to celebrate. This is wacky. Hana's doing great. Her ultrasound looked beautiful. Her heart, turns out, I learned today, had 3 leaky valves. We're down to 1 leaky valve. It says the leaky valve might be a tiny bit worse, but it may actually be part of the healing process. They said nothing to worry about. Woohoo! That we'll absolutely give birth to a healthy, happy baby girl. Woohoo! She may or may not need a little work afterwards. I'm convinced she won't. It's only been 4 or 5 days, 4.5 days since she stopped carrying the burden of pumping for 2. And I definitely want to do a meditation at the end tonight where we're going to work on healing for the world, but also if we can say some prayers specifically to help heal Hana's heart, I would greatly appreciate it. I was bawling on the inside, I guess, more than the outside after it happened. I remember going to a gas station just outside of Philly, rough neighborhood. There was multiple guards with bulletproof vest on at the gas station, like a 7-Eleven. So I'm speaking to my sister on the phone, and I start to fall apart as I walk into this gas station, and then I see a sign, 2 signs saying bathroom out of order, bathroom out of order, and I started cracking up because I realized just how little control I have of life. I mentioned it on class on Wednesday. I'll mention it again here. Life is a setup. This isn't a pass fail test, but certain experiences are going to happen on your journey to help your heart expand, to help you to grow, to help you to become more of who you're capable of being if we don't go into the victim role. And seeing those signs saying out of order, reminded me of just how much of an illusion control is. Today I was gifted the opportunity. We went back to that gas station, and on the way to the gas station, we knew that there would be, or I knew that there would be people on the street corner asking for food or money. And I was in a little bit of a fear-based place, and I was a little bit concerned about it, to be honest, because I just was very introverted at the moment after today's hospital session. But we get there, and the light just went on. I just want to help. You just want to help. I know you want to help. And I'm like, what food do we have? What do we have? What can we give? And then the light turned green. We had gotten some food to this gentleman. And Jessica drove down the road and she said, you know that new coat that you're wearing that you don't like? And after we got parked at this same gas station, that I was crying at a week earlier or 5 days earlier, I thought the ultimate symbol of, first off, helping somebody else, and the ultimate symbol of saying thanks to the universe. I jogged on back there with my my winter coat filled with food, and I gave the coat and the food to this homeless gentleman who was just freezing and curled up in a ball, shivering. And I truly believe made his day. We can all do this. We can all do this. There's always light, no matter the darkness. There is always light, no matter the darkness. So I'll wrap it up here, and I want to take questions from people tonight. Hana's doing great. Miraku is on the other side. I've had many talks with her from the other side. She was here for this lifetime, or she was here for this short period to help Hana to finally make it through that 12-week period so she could be birthed. She, as far as we can tell, and from many other mediums, has been here twice so far, 2 miscarriages, and couldn't make it through. And Miraku helped her make it through. We're convinced Miraku wants to come back and wants to come back quickly, and we certainly welcome her back. But we also feel she's by our side right now. She hasn't left our sides. She's here so close to us. Really would almost be surprised if Hana doesn't have this magical connection with Miraku that never leaves for life. Her body, so it's interesting. This happened on 12/22/21. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, something like that. One egg became 2 babies for 4 months, became 1. Everything that made up Biraku goes back into Hana now. The 1 became 2, become the 1. And something inside of me feels such peace. I'm told by the angels, I'm told by the guides, I'm told by Hana, I'm told by Miraku, I'm supposed to celebrate today because we just got the EKG saying Hana's going to make it. Woohoo! I'm not quite at the celebration place. I'm actually a little bit confused. But I am exceptionally happy. But I've also offloaded this. I've offloaded this to the angels. This doesn't mean I've surrendered. Far from it. I'm a mofo fighter. I'm looking, how's that for a term? A mofo fighter. Spiritual mofo fighter. That does not sound good. But I've certainly surrendered this to something greater than myself. I know I can't go this alone. There is absolutely no way through this. Hope and faith and love to the angels means calling them in every which way you can. Understanding we can't do this all by ourselves, not even trying to do it, but going quiet and listening at a very, very deep core level. Listening. And then acting based on what we hear. That's the journey. That's where we grow faith and strength and hope because we're no longer doing it on our own. If we had to do this on our own last Wednesday, I got to think Jessica would have cracked. I've got to think I probably would have cracked. I have no idea. Oh my gosh, I didn't see all these kind donations. Donna, thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? Michelle, thank you so much. And Annie, welcome to the Mystic Circle, where I've been posting all sorts of behind the scenes video. It's the join button below. I've been join down there. I've been posting so many behind the scenes videos as we go through this journey. But the journey is not meant to go alone. We confuse ourselves. So the symbolism I'm getting right now is Hana and Miraku were one and split apart, and now they've come back together. The symbolism, I see a lot of images. And what I'm getting is that we and spirit, there's some great broken English, we and spirit were one. And we kind of split apart energetically, not really, because we still are spirit. But we came here to Earth thinking, we're separate now. And having this feeling that we're alone. When in reality, like Hana and Miraku, we are one. We could never be separate. And if we can lean into that, the oneness of us with the totality of the universe, everything becomes easier. Everything becomes easier. Everything becomes more peaceful. Now, when I say easy, I don't mean all of a sudden magic is going to take place every which way. We lost one of our girls, lost in quotes. She's here energetically, lost the physical dream, the attachment to having our baby twin girls. At least for this go round. Ain't happening. Can't have that back. No matter how much I want, there's no way I can get that back. Doesn't mean I can't get something better. Doesn't mean I can't learn and grow. Doesn't mean something miraculous can't come of this for Hana, for Miraku, for Jessica, for Rue, for ourselves. But when I understand that I am connected to spirit and can lean into spirit, this doesn't become the burden that I have to take on all alone. I'm not a Bible reading something kind of guy. I've read the Bible. I've studied the Bible a long time ago. Oh, Lisa loves animals. Thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? We all sometimes feel like Job. We feel like we're being tested lesson after lesson from the universe, test after test after test. Why did we get swallowed up by the fish? God, why are you doing this to me? Heck, I got hit by a freaking car, an SUV, 6 weeks ago. Multiple fractures to the pelvis, I think also to the hip, certainly to a completely reconstructed wrist. And I could go, why did this happen to me? Or I could go, why not? What something special, miraculous, incredible can come out of this? And I certainly can't say with a loss of a child, wow, this is magical. It's dumbfoundingly painful. And at the same time, something incredible can and will come out of it if I lean in and allow it to. And that's what I hope you take away tonight is that if you lean in and allow, welcome Sharon to the Mystic Circle. If you lean in and allow, something magical could come out of all of this for you too, knowing you are not alone. You couldn't be alone. There is nothing possible about you that is alone. Rachel Rose, thank you so much. Sending healing prayers for us and our family. Miracle is everyone's guardian angel now. You're not kidding. I know she's here right now. I know it. I went into automatic writing beforehand. I am praying to Miracle right now because she's telling me, hey, I'm on the other side 100% now, Daddy. First off, she told me before she passed, she said, don't worry, Daddy. I've never left the other side. And this body feels like a very, very tight jacket. And it's fitting worse and worse each day. So I'm going to be all right. Once she got back to the other side, as if she was saying, I'm in my power suit now. And I'm going to help you, meaning Jessica, meaning myself, meaning Rue, meaning the kiddies, meaning you. And she does plan on coming back. How does it get any better than this? I'd be interested to see. Hopefully that's in a physicality rather than just energetically, but she is here with us now. So thank you, Rachel. So with that said, let me open it up to some questions. And thank you so much to listening to me share tonight. I hope you've gotten something out of this. To me, this is a message of hope, even though, see, I can't say it's a story without a happy ending. And go back to the paradox. We've got Hana coming through. How does it get any better than this? We've got Miracle on the other side. Certainly would love to have her on this side. We've got Miracle on the other side. How does it get any better than this? All right, let's go to some questions here. Fabiola, I love you, Fabiola. I had the first question tonight. What should we ask collectively and individually for the upcoming year? Fabiola, that's a brilliant question. I'm going to give you some suggestions, but I really want you to lean into your own heart because we each have just as much, and I know you have it, just as much of an ability to connect with spirit as I do. And spirit may give you, I'm cooking here, spirit may give you one answer as to what to do for the collective, may give me a different answer and somebody else a different answer, which are all perfect. Because when we put it all together, that's the recipe out of which something amazing is created. With that said, I think of this time moving into 2022, and we've got Dr. Michael Lennox coming up on Tuesday with an astrology report. Actually, no, we've got this Tuesday. Oh my God, Suzanne Giesman on going to your angels for help. Talk about timely. That'll be an amazing show tomorrow night with Suzanne Giesman. Next Tuesday is Dr. Michael Lennox with astrological predictions and an understanding of energies for 2022. With that said, I see 2022 as a year of truly going from the me to the we, of us understanding what it means to be a collective, understanding what it means to think greater than yourselves. And it is out of this understanding that we are all individual bees in the hive of earth that thank you, iComic 40s. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? If we, thank you, iComic 40s. Lots and lots of love. If we get it, that we can go from the me to the we, and we can focus on the all of us in the new year. All of us raise up. Everything shifts. The hive begins to vibrate in harmony as one. There is a true healing frequency and healing music of a collective of bees. That is what we are. It doesn't mean that you don't have your own individual song. It doesn't mean that you don't have your individual joys and hopes and worries and concerns and life path. But when we ask ourselves, how can I participate as part of the we in this coming year? I believe that's the special thing that we get to do. As for the individual, this is again holding that paradox. What can I do, Fabiola, to follow the pull on my heart? Yeah, but Michael, you just said we should focus on the we, not at the expense of your heart. Because what pulls on your heart is coming from the collective, is coming from spirit. You came here with an understanding of what you liked, what you didn't like, what you wanted to do, what you didn't want to do. Thank you so much, Lynn. More hugs, more love. How does it get any better than this? Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you so much, Lynn. So we can set that intention, drop down into our hearts of becoming the we this year, of the collective coming together as one, especially the parts that drive us nuts, especially those who we don't agree with, because that's one hand fighting with the other hand or foot. Bring it all in. We focus on that this year. At the same time, that we be truthful and honest to ourselves about what we like, what we don't like, where we would like to go, where we wouldn't like to go, and what have we not been honest about with ourselves about what is really tugging at our hearts. And as an individual, giving ourselves permission to go for it, large or small, in the new year. Brilliant question, Fabiola. And I would challenge you with that as well. And I'll challenge myself with that as well. Arlene. Michael, my question is, when someone is murdered, how come there are cases, and I'm so sorry, Arlene, how come there are cases where they never find out who did it? Can't past soul help find the person? Let's not take away from what happened, Arlene. But with that said, everything is real and everything is story. Even Hana and Miraku, in a sense, are story. We all came to this stage called Earth to play different roles, to learn, to grow, to expand for ourselves, to learn, to grow, to expand for all of humanity, to learn, to grow, and expand for consciousness itself. So it may be that it's never found out who committed this murder, so that it sets things into a chain of motion to help you to learn and expand and grow. Note, I didn't say it doesn't come without pain. Sugar load. There's the word I can say on air. Jessica and I have been experiencing a sugar load of pain through this process, and we'll probably experience more sugar loads as it goes on. But that helps us to learn and grow and expand. So if you lean into this, you may find that there's healing to be done that helps you to learn and grow and expand. As others go through this as well with this murder, because the murder cannot affect just one, they may learn and grow and expand. And all of us may be better for the changes and growth that you have gone through and everybody has gone through, even though this murder or because this murder has not been solved. This is, whoa, looking at the big picture, the totality of the play in action. And let's go to, oh my God, Rachel Briscoe, thank you so much for your kind donation. Lots of love and hugs. I keep hitting the microphone here tonight. Good microphone. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Sandra, lots of love and hugs as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your kind donation. Thank you. Mr. Floyd, question on shifting into your light and having a very fast awakening. Ooh, question disappeared. Here we go. How does center, first question, how does center when you feel so much universal love and are vibrating like a bell? Ooh, ooh. Rather than, Mr. Floyd, unless it's a matter of not being able to do your job or scaring your family away, why don't we take time in the buzz, in the vibration, in that feeling from the universe and soak it all in? So here's the thing, Mr. Floyd. That sensation in the awakening tends to fade over time. Everybody's awakening experience is different, but awakenings tend to be more like keys. And I make them akin to hotel keys. You've just been given this beautiful vibrating golden key. And you feel your whole beingness vibrating. It's awesome. Soak it all in, take all of it in. Don't push it away. If you need to get grounded, get yourself, well, I'm not using it tonight because I had everything unplugged for Rue having the home alone today. Get yourself like a grounding mat. Put that down. Get yourself grounded or put your feet on the earth. Go sit in the tub. Or as long as the water is not too high. Do things like that to ground to the earth or ground to water. However, what I really want you to do is soak in this energy, charge up your key so that when this energy begins to fade, you can go in meditation or just closing your eyes and go back to the state of buzziness and vibration and use that frequency to unlock the doors even further into your spiritual awakening and into your spiritual journey. This will fade, but you can come back to it if you anchor it in anytime you'd like. A last thought. Jessica and I had the most spiritual experience at the totality of the solar eclipse in South Carolina, I don't know, 5 years ago now, where the clouds parted. We got to see the last second, the moon go in front of the sun, the corona all around, the world went silent. It was like peering into another world. And I had to break the silence for just a moment to say, Jessica, anchor it in. And I meant the same thing for myself as well. And now, because I took the moment to take kind of like the spiritual snapshot of how it felt, how it looked, what I was experiencing, I can go back there anytime. And Floyd, I would love you, Mr. Floyd, to be able to go back there as well. Bevan, I've been wondering what the difference is between spirits and guides. Bevan, in layman's terms, so and I guess the question is more of angels and guides, because the guides can be spirits. Angels are kind of their own lineage of beings. They are not humans, as far as I can tell. They have never been humans. They were not going to be humans, although humans can be these amazing angelic-like beings on the other side. But we tend to call those guides. Angels are kind of like their own living creatures. And both can do similar things. We probably would say angels are a little bit closer to source, but that's not fair because there's no levels the way we think of it here on earth. We have to say, well, A comes before B, B comes before C, C comes before D. And so you'd say, well, an angel comes before a guide. That's kind of hogwash. It's all these human limitations we put on things. But I'm just going to say that they're spirits, meaning energetic beings, having similar or nearly identical energetic tasks, some being a little bit closer to source than others. Source is just the energy of love that runs through everything. and some coming from a little bit different of a heritage than others. With that said, as far as I can tell, we have at least one guardian angel that's been by our side since the beginning of time. We have archangels that can be everywhere at every moment, helping all of us at the same time. And then we have guides that have been with us since the beginning of time, and guides that rotate in and out, helping us on our journey. And we even have a master guide, kind of that CEO of the boardroom, who can help call in all the angels and guides that we need when we need it most. Gigi Crisp, thank you so much for your huge donation. Thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And huge love and hugs, Gigi. Thank you so much. Would it be pronounced Nin or Nene Juarez Rivera? Has anyone had a trembling in their body while doing a prayer session? Just wondering. Happened yesterday. Yes, frequently at times, not so frequently at other times, but many people going down the spiritual path have this. It is energy passing through you. It can also be a kundalini rising, but it is energy passing through you, I believe, to help you either raise to a higher level of consciousness or to help break through when energy is stuck inside of you. So you could certainly go to a teacher, Nene, and find some assistance on this, or you can lean into it and see what's there. I wouldn't be scared by it. However, if it feels completely and overwhelming, you might wait to do it with some other spiritual folk who can keep an eye on you. I would certainly go to a beautiful protective prayer. Not so much that anything bad can happen, but why don't we surround ourselves with goodness during this time? And I love prayer that I also use with automatic writing. It's called G-Spy. And the shortest version of it is, I use God. You can use Source, Universe. You can use Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Buddha, whomever you want. But God, thank you for guiding me with your love and light. God, thank you for surrounding me with your love and light. God, thank you for protecting me with your love and light. God, thank you for imbuing me with your love and light. Guiding me, surrounding me, protecting me, imbuing me. And put yourself in this giant bubble of love and light, and then go into your prayers and meditation and allow whatever is going to happen to beautifully happen. And you may have an awakening experience yourself. Certainly, there's a lot of energy working to move through you. Lots of love, and do keep us posted. Sweetheart 11, thank you so much for your kind donation. You are a sweetheart. How does it get any better than this? Lots of love, sweetheart. How does it get any better than this? All right. C. Montiel. I am 41 and my question jumped. I'm 41 and found my forever person. Do you see me having a healthy baby girl at this point in my journey? I have some fear. 2 miscarriages, 2 live births. See, Montiel, the hard part here for any of us is, while on some levels a future is written, the future is not written. And I do not proclaim to be a medium or channel who has a crystal ball who says, what I see in your future. Because even for myself, the future can change. What I would do, though, because it's certainly possible for you, Montiel, is lean into the future that you desire. Ask for this future. Give thanks for this future. Believe in this future. Paint a picture of this future. Stay in the emotion of the future. And what you do is you give it the greatest chance of coming about. Does it mean it's going to happen for certain? No, that certainly depends on what's in your stars, but you give it the greatest chance. And we'll go on the same journey along with you, but lean into it, believe in it, feel in it, go to the angels, ask for it, meditate in that state, dream in that state. All of the tools that I've been talking about week after week, or come to our School of Mystics. I'll teach you so much more on this journey. But really, get yourself in the best state you can. And then, Montiel, give it to the universe. Because neither you nor I, or I'll at least speak for myself, I don't have the power to create. I know there's thoughts become things, and we had an amazing show with Mike Dooley. I know there's law of attraction. There's all of this good stuff, but it only comes about if we are vibrating in complete alignment with the universe. And what the universe wants isn't always what we want. We want Hana and Miraku at the same time. We want our identical baby girls now. How does it get any better than this? But that's not what the universe had in mind. But let's start there, Simi Montiel. And I send you so much love on your journey. Go. Can you ask Michael how we return faith in creator angels when someone dies in our family? Go. I believe it's the same thing that I'm talking about here, is understanding a bigger picture at play. First off, I don't mean this callously. I believe this with every cell of my being, and I've had 2 near-death experiences, so I cannot be convinced otherwise. Nobody dies. They're here, or they're not here, which still means they're here. Energetically, they're everywhere, or they appear here. But we are all energetic beings having an energetic experience in human form. Even when we appear to be in human form, we are everywhere energetically. We are just having collective amnesia so that we can bump into a microphone, so we can stumble our way through, forgetting who and what we are, so we can learn, so we can experience, so we can grow. It's the same as watching a movie. You wouldn't have an emotional reaction if you did not suspend disbelief and fall into the movie to feel it is real, so that you can be carried along and learn and grow from the story. The same can be said here. So your family does not truly die. You will see them on the other side. They are here with you. There are lots of tools, such as automatic writing, such as we had a show on Thursday about this as well. There are lots of tools you can use to communicate with your loved one on the other side. But no, they are loved. They are protected. They are surrounded by good, and they haven't gone anywhere, even if you don't know how to connect with them again at the moment, or they don't know how to connect with you, but they are here, and you will see them again. Go. Of this, I promise, because I know this to be true. Napua. Oh, thank you so much for your kind donation, Napua. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, Napua. Thank you. Veronica. Michael, can you please ask the angels, what is the purpose to me being single? Wow. So Veronica, I see a couple purposes to you being single, as best as I can tell. And this is coming from a very humble place, because like I said, I don't pretend to be the best medium or best psychic out there, though I hear universe saying, Michael, buzz, be quiet on that. But really, the purpose to being single is to remember your power, remember your greatness, remember that you are not single on a spiritual level, to connect at a higher level with spirit, with source. Well, remember your power as a creator, as a mighty person, Veronica. And it is then when you rediscover who and what you truly are, and that you do not need somebody else to complete you. Pam, bam, pow, wham. That is when that special sacred person may come along. But Veronica, right now you are single to step you into your power place. And it's there and waiting for you. And I would certainly connect with spirit for that. Gina, what if I feel like I'm meditating and I'm not hearing anything, not hearing answers, guidance to my questions? So there are a couple of different things here. First off, Gina, we can meditate not to get answers, but to simply learn how to go quiet and allow answers over time to chase us down. Right, Rue? To go quiet and allow answers over time to chase us down. So, Gina, the first thing I would work on is just working on settling down the mind. with no purpose at all other than being with yourself. That's it, Gina. First step is, how do I quiet my mind a little bit? Not so that I can sit like a monk in a cave and I'm not having a single thought. That's asking quite a bit of anybody these days. But how can I simply be more? Then from there, not hearing answers, guidance to my questions. It's interesting, Gina, both for Jessica and myself, we spent years holding space at a meditation center, hours a day, making sure that our minds were quiet, we were centered, so that when people came and joined us, we were the biggest tugboat in the room, and that we would bring them into a centered, quiet place as well. And we were still. And Gina, we were lost. We help people have great meditation sessions, and we had great meditation sessions, but we were lost as to where do we go, what do we do, how and where and what do we go from here. And it wasn't until I started doing automatic writing, which I usually have a book up behind me. I took it down today because Rue was going to have the whole house to himself. It wasn't until we started doing automatic writing that I found a process on a daily basis that I could go to Spirit and ask questions and hear answers. So certainly, I recommend automatic writing. We have a beautiful video-based course, automaticwriting.com, live classes once a month. Of course, you can go over to Amazon and just get the book or the Kindle or the audiobook version as well. But that would be a great starting place. But you want to have a process of communicating with Spirit rather than just going quiet. Spirit does not want you to remain quiet. Spirit wants you to speak with Spirit. As Suzanne Giesman says, as I say, as Lorna Burns says, you have all of these angels waiting in the unemployment line until you call them in. So call them in any which way you can. Just do it on a very regular, repetitive, or repeated basis so that you can hear from them. Rashna, why do some women have 5 to 7 miscarriages? What is the message there? It's an interesting question, Rashna. Part of it may be something physical that gets to be healed. Something may be something spiritual that gets to be healed. Something that may, some people may have something that gets to be healed for the collective as well. We don't talk about this enough, but there are collective wounds at this time. In fact, I have an audio podcast. If you haven't heard it, you can go to iTunes or Spotify or anything, and I have a weekly show with CJ Liu. And I was talking about this. I have regular shows on the podcast, but also a weekly show with CJ Liu, the host of Fire It Up with CJ. We're talking about, I think it comes out this Friday, how many of us are far enough on our journey that we don't just work on healing our own wounds, but unsuspectedly, we help work on healing wounds of the planet. And as we're going more from a me to a we consciousness, the more we all start down that road of helping heal some of the wounds for all of us. So some of these women who are having so many miscarriages may not realize it, but they may have signed up on the other side to really do a great service to all of humanity and help all of humanity heal. Understand, Rashna, on one level, this is real. It's a loss of a child. We've gone through this 4 times. It's a loss of a child. It's real. On the other side, it is an energetic loss, and energy is never truly lost. Meaning, if we can get past the story, then there's something more at play. And Lisa Buckner, very sorry I lost a baby. And right now I'm very sick and my parents won't drop off soup. I have no one right now to be here for me. Please pray for me. Lisa, certainly we can go Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, and guardian angel of Lisa Buckner. Please take care of Lisa. Please help Lisa to get the food and nourishment she needs. Please help Lisa to get the help that she needs now at this moment, or give her the energy and strength to call on others to get her help, to put aside any feelings of I can't ask this person, I can't ask that person, and put the bug in her belly to make sure that she asks for help from whomever or whatever can give her help now for her highest good and the highest good of all, or something better. So we send you lots and lots of love for healing, Lisa. And please do call on whatever help you need. Angie, why can't some women conceive? Angie, I believe this is also part of the journey. That for some women, it is a different path that will help serve them best and help serve for the collective good of all. With that said, the crazy thing is, there may be some wounds inside of somebody, and that's why they're not able to conceive. And once they have, this happens so many times, a woman adopts a child, and then suddenly she can conceive because there's some wounds or blocks that have been healed. So if a woman can't conceive, I would certainly recommend something like Dr. Bradley Nelson's emotion code or any of these other techniques out there to help them to get lighter. Let's see. Rachel Rose, I've been asking my angel for so many years to send me my sacred love partner. Is there a special way to ask? I've been single for 30 years now and desire a love partner to share life with. Rachel, two immediate thoughts. So I'm sure you're asking in all the right ways. First off, what can we do to be, and you may already be doing this, your own sacred love partner? I mean, to take this seriously, to take on this challenge, to treat yourself in a completely different way, the highest level way you possibly can. Secondly, are you doing everything you can to do what you love to do and position yourself around other people who are doing similar things to you? Like attracts like. I heard in meditation years ago, because meditation was what I grooved on, that if you want to find your life partner, and I found my life partner just before turning 40, if you want to find your life partner, go to a meditation center and meditate there. In essence, get out of the cave. I wasn't literally in a cave. I was either meditating in the house or meditating in the forest with my dogs. But get out of the cave and go to a meditation center, and you will find community and you'll find that special someone. It was only a month after I took that seriously and began doing what I loved so much and went to a meditation center. I barely found community, but I found Jessica. How does it get any better than this? Getting in alignment with what I love to do and is so important for me, and doing that around others for whom that was equally important. I send you so much love, Rachel. Hallie, thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? Hallie, how does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take a few more questions, and then we're going to go into probably another 10, maybe 15 minutes or so. Let's go into a meditation. We might call it a little bit early tonight. I know Jessica and I could really use some rest tonight, and it just feels like in this darkest week of the year, a time to slumber a little bit earlier for all of us. Arlene, love your energy. Thank you. I'm going through a possible spiritual void. Feels a loss of connection. What are your thoughts on this? It is not a void, Arlene, and it's not even a plateau. It is a moment of consolidation. So almost never does our spiritual path just go up and up and up and up and up. Just as almost never does our career or our creativity or anything. Thank you, Renee. Thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? Thank you for your super kind donation. Thank you, Renee or Renat. Thank you so much. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you. So for all of us, rarely do we go like this on our paths, but we go up, we come down, we go up, we come down. Things go quiet, they feel stuck. We may go up a little, we may go down a little, but we look at the overall trend, and what happens is we consolidate gains. We may feel that the energy isn't moving because it's moving underneath the surface, and all of a sudden we burst ahead and we consolidate again. May feel a little stuck. I'm very careful about that word. And then we burst ahead again. Let's see if I can recall this. There's a beautiful documentary on creativity. And I'm trying to see if I can remember the musicians who are in it. Oh, they're escaping me at the moment. So I won't worry so much about who the various musicians were. But in this documentary on creativity, one thing became clear. There was never ever once something as stuck. What you simply did is played and stayed in that state of stuckedness, in that void where spirituality doesn't seem to be there, and you allow whatever. Carlos Santana just popped in my head. Carlos Santana talked about this. You allow whatever is bubbling up under the surface to simply be, and it over time, when the time is right, will burst you forward to the next level. The only thing I wouldn't do when I'm feeling in this void is I wouldn't latch on to the emptiness. I wouldn't latch on to the story of a God, universe, source has forsaken me, or where did spirit go? I believe Mother Teresa, this is going to be kind of a hard example. If I get this right, Mother Teresa spent at least 30 years where she felt that connection to God had left her. Did she stop being spiritual? Did she stop being the angel, the saint that she was? No. And I believe that grew her connection even stronger to spirit. Now, I'm not saying you have to wait 30 years, but the void will pass. Don't label it as negative. Know that it is just a temporary plateau that you're on, and something amazing is going on under the surface. Priscilla. My dad passed on July 4th, being hit by a drunk driver. I have lately had a heavy heart. I catch myself thinking and trying to replay the scenario, and it hurts me when I think. All right, Priscilla. First off, I'm so sorry. If I were to go to last week and spend an extended period of time, did I make the right decision? Did I have the right information? What was really going on? What do you think was really the truth? If I start this mental, I want to call it rumination, but it's more violent than that. If I want to take a knife and try to dissect everything from last week, I will hurt and hurt badly. There will never be a logical answer on one level to loss. Your loss, our loss, anybody else's loss. The greater loss or harm, though, is taking that scalpel to ourselves. And we take that scalpel to ourselves when we try to replay the scenario. Think of how that person felt. Think of how your dad felt. Think of what was going on. Put yourself in his shoes. What you're doing is an act of violence against yourself. It brings you down. Now, the good news is the solution is found on the opposite side of the same coin. What if we put ourselves in a place of love? What if we think of our dad and we go to a state of love? What if we imagine our dad after he has left his body, surrounded by angels? You can go crazy, have a harp playing, floating upwards, feeling great, looking down, knowing he's free, sending you, Priscilla, so much love, going to meet God or source or universe or whatever your belief is, but going to this amazing place. Don't let your mind dissect and go, yeah, but no, he came from love. He is love. He's returning to love. Return to love. Done deal. End of story. Imagine that. And imagine getting to connect with him after you're on the other side and getting to hug each other and talk to each other and spend time with each other. And how great will that feel? That's where he wants you, Priscilla. He doesn't want you focused on the one moment of his life that really sucky wucky. He wants you to focus on the love. Focus on all the great moments of his life. Focus on the incredible energy that is and always will be him. The energy remains even though it goes through a state change. But the love that is and was your dad remains. Not as a, you can remember his love. No, the frequency is real. Just as I was talking with somebody earlier tonight about that awakened frequency is the hotel key that you put in the door and unlocks it. You have the key, the frequency to your dad that you can put in the door and unlock it and feel your dad there by your side now. That's where I would go, Priscilla. Lots of love. Deb, thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Lisa, because I've got so many questions, I'm going to go to yours real quickly. What's the best way to deal with abandonment? Lisa, stop abandoning yourself. Lisa, I'm being strong here because you pick on yourself. We got to stop doing that. And you will hear this and you may pick on yourself for picking on yourself. But your story and your addiction, Lisa, is that you are less than, is that you are not worthy, is that everybody puts you down, is that everybody tortures you, is that everybody treats you badly. How great can we treat ourselves, Lisa? How much can we raise ourselves up? How much can we be above the frickin' frackin' fray beneath us, Lisa? No matter what. This is a choice, Lisa. You abandon yourself each time you choose the dark side. You abandon yourself each time you go to victimhood. You abandon yourself, Lisa, each time you find another person, reason, or story of victimhood to bring you down. I don't want you going there anymore because the only person abandoning you on some level, Lisa, is Lisa. And I love you too much for that. So choose the highest level, the highest energy thought, the highest vibration feeling you possibly can and bring the love back from Lisa to Lisa. Arlene's got the best question of the evening. Michael, how is Jessica doing? Most of the time, pretty well, okay. First off, she's my hero. Secondly, she's incredible. Third off, she's amazing. Fourth, she's on a roller coaster. Fifth, I can't believe how amazing she's doing while given the roller coaster. I heard her laugh today. Yeah, it was really hard at the hospital. No, we couldn't look at the ultrasound until, oh man, I don't have the picture. Do I have the picture? Do I have the phone next to me? I wanted to show you an image. I wonder if I have it on my phone. Hold on one sec. We couldn't look at most of the pictures on ultrasound because it would be hard to see Miracle, admittedly. I had prepped myself for it. I know I could have done it, but it would have been hard. But I want to see, we got a picture. Let's see if it came through here. We got a picture. Here we go on Ultrasound of Hana. And this is the coolest picture ever. Can you see that? That's Hana this morning giving us the biggest thumbs up. How does it get any better than this? And Jessica was feeling her love and feeling Hana from the other side going, I got this, mommy. I got this. And Jessica is latched onto that with every bit, every fiber of her beingness. And so she is doing incredibly well. And now we're both excited we're still holding that paradox, as I was talking about at the beginning of the show, but we're excited to see where are we going to land now. We're if you haven't known it, we were traveling around the country in this giant, magnificent, oversized RV this year when we found out we were pregnant. And so we parked it at Jessica's parents' house to get through this time period and get past the possibility of a miscarriage. And now we're going, where do we go? And we are super excited to get a beautiful home now. I imagine to rent first, because I think we're going to go, well, not think, I feel we're going to end up near a teaching hospital for birth, and then we'll purchase at home. But we want to get someplace special right now for Hana, special right now for Jessica, special for myself. And so there is a trepidation and an excitement to that coming as well. A few last questions, and let's dive into a meditation. Michael, my first question here. Your first question, Douglas. Awesome. How does one stay in source energy, energy's amazing love? Douglas, it is hard, admittedly, to stay there 24/7. Actually, I've never been able to stay there 24/7. Some people, I believe, can. I'm not there yet. What I can do is have reminders to bring me back and bring me back again and bring me back again and bring me back again. And what happens is the more that you practice this, Douglas, the more that it is easier to get into this state with greater frequency, because, as they say, neurons that fire together wire together. What this means is you develop a neural superhighway, an electric pathway in the brain that makes it easier to plug back into source energy, to plug back in and plug back in. That, I believe, is the reason that both Jessica and I are we're like flippers here. We keep flipping back to love, and then we'll go to tears, and then we come back to love, and even the tears are out of love, and keep coming back and back and back, because we've just really worked on those grooves in the superhighway to keep bringing us back. So, Douglas, it's a matter of, what is the practice that you can do? What is the mantra that you can do? Or what is the reminder that you can use? One of my recent guests had a rubber band, like a rubber ring on one finger, to remind her of spirit. What is the practice that you can use to help remind you of source energy's amazing love? And then what is the image or feeling that you can go to help you get back into that state on a regular basis? Yes, certainly. Petting Rue is one of those things that helps bring me to that state. So Nina Juarez Rivera, sending prayers and blessings. We're sending prayers for her sister also. She just gave a Christmas miracle. She was pregnant and had been trying for a while. Oh, Nina, we send so much love, so much love, so much love, so much love to your sister. Let's see here. Okay, let's go into a meditation now, let's see if there's one last question here. And I don't see that there is. So I want to go to a meditation right now. And before I do that, we've got the new year coming up. Mentioned it last week with solstice. Now is still the time. What is it you want for the new year? What would bring you pure magic in the year ahead, where you would feel in complete and total alignment with spirit, alignment with your higher self, alignment with soul? 2022, according to Dr. Michael Lennox, and I have to buy what he's saying, is a year where it's a quieter year, thankfully, than 2020 and 2021. He would call it a halftime, but it is a time where we can dive in deep, help heal our hearts, and get us in the perfect place for whatever may come our way. And so what's a great thing you can do coming into the new year is really envision and feel what you would like for this new year, and what would put you in the highest resonant frequency you can be in. To me, that's from the me to the we. That's diving into heart. That's connecting to spirit. That's living more of the time connected, in a sense, in communion with spirit. So ask yourself, what does that mean for me? All right, so let's go into a meditation here tonight, and then come join us tomorrow night for our show with Suzanne Giesman. We've got our next School of Mystics starting a week from Wednesday. Definitely going to want to join us for that. That's where I teach you a lot of the things that we talk about tonight. There is a deeper level to them and lots of practices you can do. So I teach you the practices on how to do that, and a lot of channel teachings. And it's 4 Wednesdays each month. Next one will be not this Wednesday. We're taking off this Wednesday. It'll be next Wednesday, and that's at inspirenationuniversity.com. And you can join our Mystic Circle. You get all these behind the scenes videos on what we're going through, what we're learning, and what we're experiencing, the joy, the sadness, all of it. That you just click on that join button below, and you'll see everybody here who is in the Mystic Circle. They have a rising phoenix, our logo, next to their name, and that rising phoenix seems so appropriate right now. All right. So what I'd like to do, I'd like you to close your eyes, sit up good and tall, but relaxed. Simply take a deep breath in through your nose, down to your belly, up and out through the nose. In through the nose, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. With each breath you breathe in, I want you to sense this glowing golden light around you. You inhale, it grows a little bit brighter, and exhale. It glows brighter and brighter still. You breathe in, you feel every cell of your being beginning to glow bright, and out. It's glowing even brighter. In, you're becoming a little like the sun, and out, you're glowing brighter still. And in, you're glowing even brighter, and out, you're glowing brighter still. And in, you're growing so incredibly bright, and out. And as you continue to breathe in and out, I want you to put your arms out. And imagine that we're in one giant circle with everyone here tonight, past, present, and future, surrounding us all the way around in this magnificent circle. And we are surrounded by angels as well. And as you breathe in, you feel this tingling, this buzzing all the way to your fingertips and out. You feel it buzzing in your palms. You breathe in, buzzing to fingertips. It's so much energy. And out. You feel it in your palms again. And in one more time still. There is so much incredible energy here, and out. And now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think of those in need. Perhaps it's those struggling at this time. Perhaps it's those without any money at this time. Perhaps it's those who are alone through the holidays at this time, or those who are sick or in need of greater health. And as you breathe in and out, you breathe in all this light, you breathe out. I want you to send this buzzing, tingling energy right into their hearts. You breathe in all this glowing golden light and buzzy energy, and out, and you send them healing energy. You breathe in glowing light, send out healing energy. In glowing light, and out healing energy. In glowing light, out healing energy. And now, if you don't mind, please for a moment put baby Hana at the center of this circle. And so we breathe in this glowing light and we send out all the healing energy. I'm biased. If you want to do it to anyone else, you go for it. Out into her heart, and in all this glowing energy, and out helping heal her heart, and in this glowing energy, and out helping heal her heart, and in all this energy, and out, sending it to your own heart. In all this light and love, and out, sending this energy to your heart. In all this light and love, and out, sending it right into your heart. You are light. You are love. You are the divine. You come from the divine. You are the divine. You couldn't be anything other than the divine, no matter how much you try. So I want you to start living, breathing, imbibing, infusing everything in this buzzy, tingly, glowing state of love and light. A little bit, a lot of it, all of the time if you can, and watch your life change. Not just through the good moments, but through the really crappy moments as well. Because it is the really crappy moments that define you. It is the really crappy moments that bring out the divinity within you. It is the really crappy moments that help you to elevate and rise to the highest level and to truly be, I'll call this because this is you, an angel here on earth, and certainly a mystic here on earth that you were meant to be. So I send you so much love. I can't wait to see you in the new year. How does it get any better than this? I would love to see you in our School of Mystics. And we'll have our next one a week from Wednesday. Come join us. If you've been looking for your homies, if you've been looking for your, I want to say soulmates, people to go through this journey with you, come join our School of Mystics. And Karen asked a brilliant question. I'm going to go there, Karen. Will you raise Hana knowing she had a twin sister? And I had that conversation in my mind's eye today, and I'm sure Jessica would say the same thing. Yes, absolutely, 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 absolutely. But my guess is that Hana is going to point out to us that Miraku is always by her side. And then if we are graced, I believe we will be, with Miraku's presence in physical form. How does it get any better than this? But yes, we'll teach her that, because we are going to do our best to raise a baby girl who is as connected as possible to the other side throughout the entirety of her existence. Not, oh, that's an imaginary friend. No. We want to say, Hana, who do you see? Hana, what do you feel? Hana, what can we learn from you? Recognizing that we are not bringing in a child. We're bringing in a spiritual elder who just happens to be in temporarily childlike form. So we can learn from her. So love you guys so, so much. Have the most amazing New Year's ahead. Come join us tomorrow. Come join us Thursday. I'll be back here on Monday. And man, I love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. Thank you so much for sharing your sacred journey with us as well. Please, if you enjoyed this, not only thumbs up and subscribe, but please share this with everyone you know. The information we share here is too valuable to keep to ourselves. So share, 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 and then come join us for class. And of course, there's the Mystic Circle if you click the join button down below to get all our behind the scenes goodness. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Love you guys so, so much. Keep on shining bright. Woohoo! Love you guys.